All right, y'all, let's talk about it. Rock cut a 20-minute promo yesterday before Smackdown. Pretty obvious. This proves why even in his 50s, The Rock is still one of the GOATs on the mic. It's him, Stone Cold, Hulk Hogan, and probably Ric Flair with the Mount Rushmore on the talking on the mic. Good throw in. Shawn Michaels, who was pretty good. Macho Man Randy Savage and Roddy Piper. Don't know if those three, they're pretty good. I don't know if they're maybe debatable between Savage and Ric Flair for that spot, but yeah, this proves why Rock is just the man right now. Made pretty much made wrestling relevant. Him and Roman Reigns, pretty much this whole bloodline stuff going into WrestleMania. Easily the best thing on the show last night. After that, the rest of the show pretty much sucked. Just really nothing else was interesting beside uh besides the opening segment last night with The Rock and Roman Reigns and the Bloodline. So yeah, that was pretty much the only good thing on the show yesterday. I thought everything else sucked. Yeah, Rey Mysterio, that was probably the only thing that happened after the first 30 minutes yesterday. That was good. So we'll get hopefully a solid build for Santos Escobar versus Rey Mysterio going into their match at WrestleMania. And then yeah, but everything else sucked. So I'll get to that later. First, we got to start off with some sad news in wrestling world. A few days ago, Michael Jones, better known by the wrestling name Virgil, passed away at 61. But I looked on Wikipedia, his age was 72, so uh, Wikipedia had the wrong day of his birth, or is it all these other websites that did articles on his death? But who knows? I'm gonna go with 61 years old. So he passed away at 61 years old. Cause of death was dementia. That's a very young age to go out. That's brutal. Just gonna go through this article and then I'll get to The Rock's segment on his IG page yesterday, and then we'll get to Smackdown review, and then I'll finish up with AEW Revolution predictions, and then I'll do the Revolution review tomorrow. All right. Former WWE star Michael Jones, better known as Virgil, has died at 61, according to his verified IG account. This is to confirm the sad news about our beloved meat sauce god and wrestling superstar Virgil / Michael Jones has passed away. There's so much to say here and would love to share stories, but for now it's a rough day as our friend is gone. We would only ask at this time to remember him as the man that he was. The post continued, wishing him all the unlimited pasta in heaven. We love you, Mike. Wrestling referee and friend Mark Charles III broke the news Wednesday on Facebook. It is with great sorrow that I bring news from the Jones family of the passing of our beloved Michael Jones, whom we knew and loved as Virgil, Vincent, and Soul Train Jones, and more. Virgil passed peacefully at the hospital this morning, and I ask that you pray for him and for his family. May his memory be eternal. The wrestling world paid tribute on social media. Shocked and saddened to hear the news about Virgil. Rest in peace, my friend. WWE Hall of Famer Jake the Snake Roberts wrote on his IG account. RIP Virgil. Thanks for being a great sport during our shenanigans and for the memories. See you down the road, good brother. That was former. Oh no, he's not former. He's there right now, right? Yeah. That's AJ Styles' guy. Is Luke Gallows. I don't know why it says former in there. Jones started in WWE as a bodyguard for the Million Dollar Man, Ted DiBiase, in the late 1980s. He would turn against his former boss in the 1990s, beating Ted DiBiase for the $1 Million Championship. The rebellion instantly made Virgil one of WWE's most popular superstars, according to Jones' WWE biography. The cause of death for Jones, who had been dealing with health issues in recent years, has not been made public. In April 2022, Jones shared on X/Twitter that he had suffered two strokes and had been diagnosed with an early stage of dementia. And that's it for the art. Yeah, it's a bunch of ads down there. So yeah, I didn't really see much of Virgil. I was basically a kid when he was in think he left in WWE at that time, WWF. Now WWE, I think he left in 95. So I didn't start watching till like the late 90s. I was probably like 5 or 6 years old when Virgil had his last appearance in WWE. So yeah, that was just basically his main thing he's known for in wrestling was the bodyguard for the $1 million man, Ted DiBiase. That was a great character, the $1 million man. And he basically got sick of him, just reading through, just looking at the clips. And then yeah, so he just got sick of him, and then that was pretty much it. And then I think they had a match. They beat him in that match. Hold on, let me look that up. Yeah, be able to find this fast. Yeah, see, Wikipedia has it listed at 72 years old. So who knows what his age is. 80s and 90s. Oh, so he just turned on him. Oh, so he beat him by count out. Oh, okay, yeah. So he did get the title from him. So yeah, I just saw the segment where he turned on him. I didn't see the match. I was looking at the clip when I was looking at the clips earlier. So rest in peace to Virgil, aka Michael Jones. All right, let's get to the rest of it. All right, so yesterday the Rock went he just pretty much destroyed Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes ahead of WrestleMania, and we finally got an explanation of what the Rock whispered to Cody Rhodes when basically Cody Rhodes stepped aside for what we thought was going to be the main event this year between The Rock and Roman Reigns. He basically said after Cody Rhodes won the Rumble, him and Cody Rhodes had a conversation. Cody Rhodes basically agreed to it that he would step aside and have it would be The Rock versus Roman Reigns this year at WrestleMania. But then in that during that segment, what The Rock whispered to him was, "Let's put on the biggest WrestleMania uh for this year." And then Cody he stepped aside basically in that infamous segment now, and then he basically left the ring or whatever. So that was it. And then at the Las Vegas press conference during the Super Bowl week, so about 3 weeks ago now, Cody Rhodes basically changed his mind, and he did it in public out there during the press conference because Rock's like him and Cody had a converse. They were talking to each other. They showed a clip during this video that The Rock cut yesterday on his IG account that oh, Cody Rhodes, you didn't tell me anything during that you changed your mind during the yeah, you changed your mind this time, but he didn't tell The Rock. He did it out there in the public and with everybody watching during the press conference, so that pissed off The Rock. And then the fact that he talked about that his Roman's grandfather and The Rock's grandfather would be ashamed of you, so that pissed him off even more. And then you had all the Cody fans crying and stuff. So yeah, now you got uh Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns. That was basically it from that side. And then Seth Rollins, he was just clowning Seth Rollins. He's basically telling Seth Rollins, "You're irrelevant. Don't get involved in this. It's between me, Roman, and Cody Rhodes. Just stay out of it." Basically, he was telling him. He was calling him a walking, what was that, clown face emoji. It basically is wearing all those ridiculous outfits. His wife's clothes that he wears every week looks ridiculous. So yeah, that's what basically The Rock was saying about Seth Rollins and why he shouldn't be involved in this. All right, let's get to SmackDown from last night. This is your SmackDown review for March 1st, 2024. Show starts off with the Bloodline. They're in Glendale, Arizona. And Roman gets a mic. Pretty much know what he's gonna do. Glendale, Arizona. Acknowledge me. And then crowd cheers. Roman didn't like that because it wasn't that loud. He says, "Y'all used to be louder." Then he did it a second time. He said it was Phoenix, Arizona. And then he for the acknowledge me part. And then the third one, he went back to Glendale. And then I thought it was loud the third time he did it, but apparently to Roman he wasn't feeling them. So he's like, "Man, Paul," he told the Wiseman, "Hey, fire up the jet, Paul. Let's go. We're done, man. I did my obligation. I did my appearance." They start doing the na 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 na, hey hey hey, goodbye. They start doing that chant to Roman, and then Heyman says, "Whoa whoa, we got wait a minute, my tribal chief. The Rock will be here." And he says, "After the commercial break." That's a terrible timing for a commercial, man. You can't go to commercial during a Bloodline segment, especially now since The Rock's there too. You got basically two megastars, Roman Reigns and The Rock. And The Rock's music hits. He gets out there. Full screen that. Got his old school silk shirts back. Feels like the Attitude Era all over again with The Rock back, especially with Hollywood Rock now. So The Rock says Phoenix is the number one use for cocaine and meth. The crowd started cheering. The Rock says pro wrestling is cool again in decades because of the bloodline, because of Roman Reigns, because of The Rock. Cody is not cool. Rock said no to a one-on-one match. Says every woman in the arena wants to go one-on-one with The Rock. This is why The Rock's the man, yo. He's just the man right now. He says, yeah, so he basically rejected Cody Rhodes' match for a one-on-one, and he says, we got a counter offer, pretty much saying, The Rock is a businessman, Roman Reigns is a businessman. Says that walking clown emoji, Seth Rollins. It's going to be Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins versus The Rock and Roman Reigns on night one main event of WrestleMania. Says if you guys win, the bloodline is barred from the match. Says if, but when you lose, it's bloodline rules for your one-on-one match with Roman Reigns. Anything goes. If you don't accept, nobody can stop me. Nobody in the back. No COO. And he cussed out Triple H here. So you know what segment's coming in the future with him and Triple H. Says we will end your story. And then he does the if you smell. And then Roman Reigns grabbed The Rock's arm. Hold on, let me just fast forward it to that part. Where is it? Did I skip it? Okay, I gotta go back, y'all. I apologize for this. I should have had this ready. Yeah, right there. Okay. Yeah, so Roman Reigns, he grabbed The Rock's arm. Paul Heyman then gives the mic to Roman Reigns. Says, I need something from you. Acknowledge me. And this is where the crowd's like, oh, and they start doing the holy shit chant. The Rock took his shades off. Says, my family and I acknowledge you as my tribal chief. And then they hugged. And then the crowd started chanting, you sold out. You sold out. And then The Rock says, this is family. We will do anything for family. And then he does the if you smell. And then he stops halfway there, hands a mic to Roman Reigns. And then Roman Reigns does the what the bloodline is cooking. So basically, they've planted the seeds now for what's going to be the main event next year's WrestleMania between The Rock and Roman Reigns. Thought that was great because The Rock's fuming after he acknowledged Roman Reigns as the tribal chief because deep down, The Rock feels like he's the tribal chief. He's the bigger star here. So yeah, that was pretty much it for that segment. Another thing I wanted to highlight, just go to got it here. Yeah, right here. So throughout this segment, this has been building for like at least 3 weeks for sure, maybe longer, depending on if this happened. I think, not sure it happened before the press conference, if I can remember. But yeah, this has been building throughout the whole segment. You could see Roman Reigns is just mad and pissed off about this whole thing with The Rock back. Just think about it, yo. The press conferences during Super Bowl week when they were in Vegas, Rock dominated the mic time. Last week, The Rock dominated the mic time. Roman Reigns is in the background pretty much both times. And then last night, same thing happened again. Rock dominated the mic time, even though Roman Reigns was first. It doesn't matter when Roman speaks, first or second, before the Rock or after the Rock. The Rock, pretty much, he's taking up most of the time during all these segments. You know Roman Reigns got to be fuming, and you've got a little taste of what the build for WrestleMania is going to be next year, and it's pretty obvious now. It has to be obvious if y'all can see all the clues that they showed during this, especially during last week's segment where The Rock said, "Cody, your story's ending, our story's beginning." And then he when they put the ones up in the air, everybody had the ones up, but The Rock, he had his one finger up, but he stuck his thumb out for the L. The L's coming out for Roman, and he did the same thing last night. And then the other thing was what was the third thing? The third clue last week. Oh yeah, he pointed at Roman Reigns and said, "Cody Rhodes, you are gonna be a loser." But he pointed at Roman Reigns when he said that. So that was the third clue last week, and then they did another clue last night. It's pretty obvious The Rock's gonna set him up and basically screw him over during the main event against Cody Rhodes. That's how this is gonna play out. He's gonna be the heel. He's gonna take over the bloodline, and then Roman Reigns is basically gonna be he's gonna be a major baby face pretty much for this feud with The Rock. That has to be the play here. I don't see it playing out any other way. It's pretty obvious. And then yeah, so and it's pretty obvious too that Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins are gonna lose night one main event. So you have all the bloodline interference and everybody interfering. Who knows who else shows up? Triple H, Stone Cold, somebody from The Rock's past, a past rival, maybe Undertaker. Who knows? He chokeslammed The Rock or something. But yeah, I'm excited for this. All this bloodline stuff. Who's the real head of the table? Who's the tribal chief? Well, it was pretty good last night. And then after this segment and the rest of SmackDown, it's pretty much sucked. All right, so we had. Hold on. Okay, so a segment in the back with Randy Orton. He pretty much challenged. He's Austin Theory and Grayson Waller. They're watching the highlights from Elimination Chamber. Randy Orton during this whole segment, he walks in behind him, starts watching it with them, and then he's like, "Oh, it's so great! This is hilarious. One of you guys got to face me since you guys think it's hilarious." So Austin Theory, Grayson Waller basically offered Austin Theory for the match. Oh, he's been training as a match or whatever, and then so it's Randy Orton versus Austin Theory. It's pretty much gonna be a one-off, another random match. And we had Tiffany Stratton versus Naomi. Tiffany wins. Who cares? Then we had Damage Control. They beat up Bailey. Dakota Kai turned on Bailey. Who cares, man? So irrelevant the rest of this show. You had Braun Breaker. He beat up some jobber. He hit a spear. That was the whole match, and he pinned him for the 3 count. He should have. Yeah, he's just be racking up wins pretty much for, I'd say, the next month and a half, 2 months, and then get him in a big feud. That's got to be the way they're going with it. All right, next up, we got the street fight with Santos Escobar and Carlito. Santos hit double knees on Carlito when he had the garbage can on his head. Carlito hit him with the steel chair after he put the garbage can on his head. And then Santos's lackeys come out. They attack Carlito. Carlito kicked out. LWO, they come out there to help Carlito out. They attack the LDF members. Then you got Rey Mysterio with his new mask. Never seen him wear that kind of mask before. So he's back on crutches. The two LDF members, they go out there to attack him. Rey's pretty much playing possum, and he grabs one of his crutches and starts beating the crap out of these guys. And then with the crutches, and then Carlito spit an apple in Santos's face. Rey hit the 619. Carlito put Santos through the table, and he picked up the win for the 3 count. So Carlito wins against Santos. So hopefully this feud picks up now with Rey Mysterio back. I'm pretty much saying this for like the last few weeks. This feud's not going to get good until Rey Mysterio's back. So hopefully now we got a good build. proper build for this match going to WrestleMania. And we'll see what happens with that. Next up, we got KO on commentary for the main event for Randy Orton versus Austin Theory. Randy Orton drops Austin Theory on the table with the back suplex. Then he did the same thing to Grayson Waller. Kevin Owens pretty much just enjoying this. And then Randy Orton hits RKO for the win. That was pretty much it for SmackDown. So, yeah, thought it was pretty much mostly, but the last hour and a half was boring after the first segment with the Bloodline for the first 25, 30 minutes. But yeah, so that was it for SmackDown. All right, finish up with the AEW Revolution predictions. I think there's about 10, 11 matches on here. All right, so it's Sting's final match. All right, so okay, they added more matches. There's 11 matches. It's gonna be how many is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, so we got 9 matches on the main. That's a lot of matches, man, for the main card. That's ridiculous, man. I don't even care for most of these matches. Suppose the random matches with no storyline. All right, first up, we got Julia Hart, and this is 2 matches on the pre-show. Julia Hart and Sky Blue versus Statlander and Willow Nightingale. Probably go with Julia Hart and Sky Blue. I don't even know what's going on with that. There's storyline, if there even is one storyline. Second match on the pre-show, we got the Bang Bang Scissor Gang. What a stupid name for a group. Good grief. Max Caster, Anthony Bowens, Billy Gunn, Austin Gunn, Colton Gunn, and Jay White versus Jeff Jarrett, Satnam Singh, Jay Lethal, Willie Mack, and Private Party. Probably go with the Acclaimed and the Bullet Club or whatever the hell they're. That new name is so stupid, man. Bang Bang Scissor Gang. So I'll probably go with them. Don't really care about that match either. Orange Cassidy's versus Roderick Strong. Roderick Strong has to win because this new group, whatever it's called, is pretty much a joke. Adam Cole's pretty much handicapped, he's still injured. And then these 2 lackeys have not never done anything. They're pretty much jobbers. Same thing with Roderick Strong. And he's cut down doing the stupid, oh, Adam. He's doing that nonsense. He's pretty much dropped that out of his act. And he's basically nobody again. But yeah, Roderick Strong has to win to make this group look somewhat strong. And you got Wardlow in there too. He just went off a couple of weeks ago about his whole situation for like the last 2 years. So yeah, Roderick Strong is gonna win that. Samoa Joe versus Hangman Page versus Swerve Strickland. Triple threat match for the world title. I think Samoa Joe's gonna win. This is his first pay-per-view title defense for his title reign. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Samoa Joe. I think he's probably gonna choke out Hangman Adam Page. And then you'll have Joe versus Swerve at Double or Nothing. Or if they add a new pay-per-view in April for the world title, then that's where Swerve is probably gonna win against Samoa Joe. So yeah, my pick is Samoa Joe to retain the world title by making Hangman tap out. Next match, Thomas Tony Storm versus Deonna Purrazzo. Probably go with Tony Storm, I guess. Don't really care for that. Eddie Kingston versus Bryan Danielson for the Continental Crown Champion. Oh, that tournament that he won. Oh, he's got 3 belts. Ring of Honor is irrelevant. New Japan. He's got a New Japan title. Strong. What the hell is open weight? Any weight class? Cares about those titles, man. If Danielson loses, he has to shake Kingston's hand. What? That's the stipulation? Shakes his hand? So he earns his respect? That's kind of stupid. Yeah, I'll probably go with Eddie Kingston then if that's the stipulation. I don't even know what's going on with this whole thing. Don't even watch that trash Rampage and Collision. Those shows are irrelevant. Bunch of jobbers on there. Will Ospreay versus Takeshita. Probably go Will Ospreay here. This basically a full-time member now with AEW. Next up for the TNT Championship, Christian Cage versus Daniel Garcia. I'm gonna go with Christian Cage. This is pretty predictable, should be. Unless Edge shows up and helps Daniel Garcia win. But I think I'm going with Christian Cage, doing the best heel work of his career. Like About a year and a half now. He's been doing this whole dead father gimmick. Wants to be everybody's father that he feuds with to fill the void. I'm gonna go with Christian Cage. Next up, we got FTR versus Blackpool Combat Club. Probably go with Blackpool Combat Club here. Another random match with no story. Next up, we got the R All-Star Scramble match. What the hell is that? Is that like a how many people are in this match? Jericho, Wardlow, Powerhouse Hobbs, Lance Archer, Hook, Brian Cage, Magnus. Who the hell's Magnus? Versus Dante Martin. Is this like an eight-way match? They're all in the ring at the same time, or is it like a battle royal? Stay here. Um, I don't know who's gonna win this. Winner will receive a future world title match. Okay, if that's the stipulation, then yeah, Brian Cage ain't winning, Lance Archer ain't winning, Magnus isn't, Dante Martin isn't. It's probably between Wardlow, Powerhouse Hobbs, or Hook. I'll probably go with Wardlow, future world title shot to win this match. And then we got Sting's retirement match, Sting and Darby Allin with Flair versus the Young Bucks. The Sting end his career with a win, undefeated in AEW, or the end with a loss. I think I'll go with Sting and Darby Allin to win. He's gonna win his last match, end his career, legendary career. One of my favorites, Sting and Goldberg, my two favorites in WCW back in the day. So yeah, that's pretty much it for my predictions. I'll be back most likely tomorrow for the AEW Revolution review. So that's pretty much it for this video. See ya.